Hello, my friends. How you doing today? Patrick, Bitcoin for Canadians. I just want to cover two articles quickly for you today in this video that came up Monday. Today is Wednesday. Sorry I didn't do this when they first came up, but they came up on Monday of this week, December 5th, 2022. And let's just briefly go through them. The first one is the organizer of the Freedom Convoy who got their crypto assets frozen. Okay, this is an article from CoinDesk and written by Frederick Munawa, and Tamara Lynch, talking about, so what's a Mariva injunction? The name Mariva comes from the original 1975 English case Mariva Compagnia Naviera versus International Bulk, who cares, in Canada, which has a separate and independent legal system from the United Kingdom. If a purported fraud victim or plaintiff sues an alleged fraudster or defendant, the plaintiff can request the court proactively freeze the defendant's assets before the trial. That's what Mariva is all about, okay? This prevents the defendant from disposing of the assets to avoid paying the plaintiff in the event of an unfavorable civil judgment, whatever. So Tamara Lynch became a Mariva defendant. She was the organizer of this Freedom Convoy in Canada. And what happened was they made this Mariva thing. The court ordered this thing, right? I'll put a link to the article so you can read it yourself. And then the court ordered a freeze on their crypto fundraising. They raised a bunch of money. They raised $24 million using a GoFundMe, and then the government contacted GoFundMe, said, no, you can't do that. So they canceled that. They refunded all that money. Give, Send, Go, they used next. They followed suit. They were forced to halt that campaign with a court order, and then they tried using crypto, right? They said, oh, we'll raise money through crypto. And so people think, oh, you can't get your money confiscated if it's crypto. They said they raised around 1.2 million via at least 3 crypto campaigns. And then the class action plaintiffs, a group of people from Ottawa, created, if you remember, there was this lady, she started a class action lawsuit on behalf of the citizens of Ottawa saying, oh, these guys are disturbing us, we're going to sue them, right? And so because of this lawsuit, they were able to freeze, with this injunction, a combination of crypto and cash totaling over 5 million was eventually transferred to a third-party escrow account. So it says the injunction seems to have been successful, and according to the National Post, right? I don't know if that's true, which is still ongoing as of this publication. So according to the National Post, it says they were able to freeze their crypto. Now I know that first-hand accounts mentioned that some of the crypto was distributed and helped the truckers at that time that needed money for food and gas and what have you. So I don't know how accurate this article is. But the point of the article is not the exact details of how they were able to seize this crypto and what have you. The point of the article is they want the readers to believe that the government can seize your crypto, right? One key, I'll just finish the end of the article here. One key lesson Leach and her counterparts taught us, albeit inadvertently, is that crypto is no longer some obscure asset immune to regulatory enforcement. This is what they want the reader to either believe or understand. The crypto community was reminded of this when the U.S. Treasury Department banned American citizens from using decentralized crypto mixing service Tornado Cash in August. If you remember, Tornado Cash was this thing that you could use with Ethereum that would mix up your crypto to make it more anonymous somehow. I don't know a lot how it worked, but this is what Tornado Cash was all about. Increase anonymity. The second lesson is that, at least in Canada, not only can courts seize crypto as part of regulatory enforcement, but also as part of private litigation. So this is what they want the reader to believe, whether that's based on fact or not, or it doesn't matter. The main point is that they want to put that fear into individuals that, oh, just because you hold crypto doesn't mean the government can't get you, and doesn't mean somebody can't sue you and get those funds held. Apparently, they're holding cash and crypto totaling over 5 million that is now being held in a third-party account. So they're telling you that it was done in this instance. How true that is, I don't know. But this is what they want the readers to believe, right? Especially most people just read the title of the article that got its crypto. The title of most people just read the title and forget about the rest. The organizer of the Freedom Convoy who got its crypto assets frozen. This is what they want to remain in your mind, saying your crypto assets can be frozen. You know, the government can come and get your crypto, can come get your Bitcoin. Now, I'll just leave that out so that you're aware. The second article that came out the same day was published by Bloomberg, and these both came through the Yahoo news feed. So you know that they get widely distributed amongst many, many people. Many people see these articles. This one is by Joanna Ossinger, again, December 5th, Monday, published by Bloomberg via Yahoo News report. Bitcoin sinks further 70% in Standard Chartered list of possible 2023 upsets. So again, they're showing this scary looking graph, and they title it Virtual Wreck. It's a graph of Bitcoin price. And they're saying that speculators cleaving to the view that the crypto route is mostly over or at risk of a rude awakening in 2023, according to the Standard Chartered. Who's Standard Chartered? Whatever. They say that Standard Chartered has all this ability to predict the future, right? Stressed he wasn't making prediction, but instead adumbrating scenarios that are material outside of current market consensus. Who uses that word? Adumbrating. Do you know what that word even means? Adumbrating. Adumbrating. Nobody uses that word. It means foreshadowing. It means making a hint at something, just a little bit of a shadow. You know, the word umbra means shadow. You know, umbra and penumbra, right? Adumbrating is a word that means just making a hint at, a little shadow of. It's a stupid word. Nobody should ever use that word in a financial article. But anyway, the point that they're trying to make in this particular article is that they're telling the reader, oh, Bitcoin is going to sink another 70% in 2023 from its current level. This is what they want to project to their audience. Just like the first article says, oh, your crypto can be seized. The second article say, oh, Bitcoin's going to drop a further plunge of about 70% to $5,000 next year, is among the surprise scenarios that markets may be underpricing, the bank's global head of research, Eric Robertson, wrote in a note on Sunday. So I'll include a link to that article as well if you want to read it. So what is it telling us? It's telling us that here, at least in Canada, from my perspective as an average Joe Blow reading the news, you log in, you read the news or wherever you get your news, and these get, widely distributed all over the place, is they're telling you two things. Your crypto can be seized, and that they're expecting the price of Bitcoin to drop to $5,000 in 2023. This is what they want to project to you, which is generally a good sign because we know the mainstream media is full of lies, and everything that they project is usually the opposite of reality. They're projecting a narrative. It's not so much that they're lying, but they're normally misdirecting. They're normally distracting. They're normally twisting reality to what they want you to perceive. This is what is being presented to us in these articles. So I wanted to share those with you. And once again, I'm going to repeat, I'm going to include probably a link to that Michael Saylor interview that he did on the podcast, explaining in detail about FTX. It's a 2-hour-long podcast, but you can double speed it. I recommend you go through it and listen to somebody who actually has a very clear mind, 10 times clearer than my mind, and he can explain to you the difference between a security and a commodity, and the ethics and ramifications of the whole FTX scenario in a very clear, straightforward way. I highly recommend it. So that's it for today. I hope that helps you because I think these are important viewpoints to look at. I'm still bullish Bitcoin. I'm still learning. I'm still studying. I think in the long run, 2023 will we'll start to slowly, gradually see an increase in Bitcoin. And I think what can drive people out of the market is both a drop in price, but also when you've had such a consolidation phase for such a long time, a sharp spike in either direction can drive people out of the market. I think if we spike up, a lot of people will be so tired of watching Bitcoin price and so tired of being hodlers and bag holders, for want of a better term, that they'll say, okay, I can finally get out and I'll get back in. You know, that psychology, right? If it spikes up to, let's say it doubles in price or something, or even spikes up to 100 grand, who knows, right? In late 2023, it spikes up and just keeps going. People will say, okay, I can finally get out. They'll be driven out of the market by a price increase, just like they can be driven out of the market by a price drop. And so I would warn against that, because I think we have to think in terms of very, very long term for something like Bitcoin to slowly knead its way through the market like yeast and dough, right? It's going to take a long time. We see these positive news reports of adoption in Africa and slowly being adopted by these less fortunate countries that don't give a crap about listening to the IMF, that don't give a crap about listening to central banks, that don't give a crap about adopting central bank digital currencies. They're saying, bag that. We want to have straightforward transactions unhindered to move money from our relatives in this country to our relatives in that country, and don't give us a hard time about it. This new technology allows us to do that securely. We want to adopt this new technology. And so this slowly, the sensibility of Bitcoin will slowly gain adoption, and the effect that will have on price will come later down the road, perhaps, when more broader interests want to use it as a medium of exchange and more broader interests want to use it as a store of value. Then you'll see a price appreciation long term down the road. So in the meantime, it's almost comforting to see these two articles that I'm sharing with you today telling you, oh, your crypto is not safe. It can be seized anytime. And oh, the price of Bitcoin is going to go down to $5,000 in 2023. What does that tell you? Don't listen to the mainstream media, right? They're not looking out for your best interest. The mainstream media is never looking out for your best interest. They're looking out for ways on how to manipulate you, how to deceive you, how to shift your focus from here. Don't look over here. Oh, look over there. Don't look over here. You know, oh, this is partly true, but watch out for this, right? You can't trust it. So there's a lot of misdirection out there in the world today. So thank you very much for watching. I hope it helps you, and good luck with your Bitcoin journey. I hope you're doing well. Take care of yourself, okay? We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.